Hello YouTube people, in today's video I will show you a very lovely watch, Militado ML12. This video is sponsored by Militado. Militado has sent me this watch for this video and I get to keep it. Thank you, Militado. The specifications. So first of all, the size of my wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches. And I did all the measurements myself. This watch, like that, naked, weighs 46 grams, diameter is 38 millimeters, lug to lug distance 47.4, lug width is 20, thickness together with this domed sapphire crystal is 10.5 millimeters. Water resistance rating is 100 meters, together with a screw down crown and screw down case back. This watch is available with two colors, it's either green or brown, and it is also available with two movements. This one has Swiss Ronda 515 ticking movement, but this watch is also available with VIH 31 sweeping seconds hand movement, which is gonna be 10 euros more expensive. The original provided strap on this watch looks like this. It's a pass-through nylon strap, which feels a little bit rough, but it seems to be well made. Well, while it is sitting on my wrist, I don't feel any discomfort, to be honest. Only when I take this watch into my hands and inspect it, then it feels a little bit rough. But I see holes are heat treated, and the end of the strap is also heat treated, so it probably should last a long enough time, I believe. And also hardware is stitched in place and hardware looks nice. It's exactly the same look as the case, so it matches very nicely. Nice buckle which feels nice, no sharpness. So yeah, that's how it looks on its original nylon strap. The main reason that I chose this particular model from Militado is, well, I mean, just look at this thing. Do I even need to say anything? It looks just amazing. I think this green color, it looks just perfect for this kind of military field style watch. You know, it's a little bit difficult to choose a watch from Militado because I just generally like that kind of militaristic style. I like the simplicity and that the design feels very purposeful. You know, there is no nonsense whatsoever. It's just straight to the point design, straightforward, you know, symmetrical, and it has these proper numbers. It's just a proper good watch. I really like about that. And another thing which I really like is that it's a tough thing, you know. It has sapphire, it has plenty of water resistance, and you can smash and throw this watch around because it has quartz movement inside, so it's not afraid of being shaken up a little bit, you know. I like feeling that I have a tough thing on my wrist. It just feels nice and looks awesome. I think this watch has very cool character. Even my wife says that this watch looks cool. So yeah, it gets a pass from my wife, this watch. Now let me show you this dial from up close because it looks really good. It has this very beautiful texture. I like that it's not overdone, you know, it's not too crazy. It's just nice, you know. And those hands, I like that the base of hands is a little bit bigger than usual, and it creates this very nice proportion, you know, very nice visual balance on those hands. I think they look good. They are not too slim, they don't look too cheap, even though, you know, this is, you know, it's actually a cheap watch you're looking at. This is a relatively cheap watch, especially considering the specifications, but it doesn't look cheap whatsoever. But it's not all perfect, you know. There are several things that I could complain, especially about this. Well, actually, there are two things that I really don't like. First of all, this sapphire crystal is this, you know, bubbly sapphire crystal, which the middle portion of sapphire crystal is also rounded, and this kind of sapphire crystal, in my opinion, is the worst kind of crystal, the worst shape for the watch, because they have very difficult time dealing with reflections. And even though it says in specifications that this watch has anti-reflective coating, I'm afraid it's not good enough for this watch. It's still pretty hazy and very glossy, so that's a little bit annoying because the dial is very, very beautiful, but this crystal is a little bit standing in the way of me fully enjoying this beautiful dial. Another thing which I find to be rather annoying, you know, it's a proper build military style tool watch. So you would expect that this watch will have a perfect lume, but no, it doesn't. The lume on this watch is a little bit disappointing. I'll show you later on. But yeah, those are basically two main things that disappoint me quite a bit. Now the third thing, which is negative, I don't really care about that, to be honest, on this watch, especially at this price point. Let me show you. Those bottom edges on the case are actually pretty sharp. Let me do the pen test. And as you can see, they can peel my pen no problem whatsoever. So that's, I don't know. When this watch is sitting on my wrist, I actually don't feel that, but I just have to tell you, because no, it is not an advertisement video, this is a review, so these edges are actually sharp. But funny thing is, I remember when I had Hamilton khaki field mechanical, the same edges were also just this sharp. So you know, at least this watch doesn't cost over 400 euros, right? Lug ends are fine, they're not even pointy, not sharp, they feel fine. On the inside corner is a little bit pointy, but I wouldn't call it sharp, it's actually fine. The overall case finished actually pretty nicely, there is nothing to complain. It's a simple, purposeful feeling item, you know. I like that. I like that. It has this sense of purpose. I like that. And especially like the crown on this watch. It's a big, it's a nice thing to use. And I like that, you know, it screws down in completely. It basically touches the case. There is no gap. That's nice. The crown on this watch is done nice. It catches the threading. The threading feels nice. It doesn't feel grindy. Now the movement inside this watch is this Swiss Ronda, and it has ghost date right there. I feel the ghost date right there. And setting the time, it hacks the seconds hand, as I see. And the ratio feels slow. Crown feels nicely damped. It's like it has some resistance. It feels precise. It feels rather well refined, I should say. It feels nice. The crown action does not feel cheap. Now let's set on 6. Let's see the alignment of hands. Let's do a little bit QC. The alignment seems fine. Hands are straight. Generally speaking, I haven't found any dust particles, no imperfections under this sapphire crystal, all fine. So the crown catches the threading nicely, screws in back in place. No problems, very nice. The lume on this watch, when it is fully charged, looks like this, and I already tested this watch out as my night watch, and I was not able to tell the time in the morning. So no, if you care about the lume, this watch is just not for you. And you know, right now, using this opportunity that the lights are off, let's play a little bit with the lighting. Let's see, you know, the orange background light is off, so let's just play a little bit with the light. Maybe you're gonna see this green dial a little bit better without that orange background light, because this dial is really beautiful. Let me tell you that it's really beautiful. I love the simplicity. It's just very subtle. This green is just the right amount of saturation and the right amount of brightness. It's just perfect, you know. It's perfectly green. I wouldn't want any other shape, any other shade or hue of green. This is the perfect green, in my opinion. Looks really lovely. Yeah, let's play a little bit with the light. Very nice, very nice. Once you get an angle where you don't see reflections on this sapphire crystal, it looks so good. It looks just so good. Now I'm going to show you how this watch looks like on these custom straps, and if you're interested in these straps, you can find them on my website, thomaswatchreviews.com. The first one, I believe, is rather obvious choice, a green strap for this green dial watch. I think it looks wonderful. This is that silk smooth shiny green nylon strap, which feels absolutely wonderful, and it's a rather cheap one as well. It looks amazing on this watch. I really like it. Now another strap which I like very much, which also I think looks very nice on this watch, is this grey nylon strap. It looks just proper. It looks like a proper tool watch, a tough looking thing, which it is actually. This is actually a tough watch. I really like that about this watch. You know, it's not afraid of water, it's not afraid of scratches, it's not afraid of, you know, dropping and throwing around because it's a quartz watch. You know, it's a proper tough watch. I like that. I think this is also a very nice option for this watch. This is that sporty elastic nylon strap, and I think this color combination looks just nice. Somehow this green dial looks really nice on a gray strap. Another green option for this watch is this tropical style silicone strap, which is a little bit desaturated. It's not very solid green, and I think it fits this watch so nice. It looks just so lovely. How about vintage style suede leather strap with stitches? Well, you know what? It's actually nice, you know? It turns out that this watch is quite a strap monster, you know? I put anything on this watch and it looks just great. How about a little bit of simplicity? Just a simple black crazy horse leather strap. I think it looks fine. It's nice. You know, it dresses this watch up a little bit. And this strap is very interesting. This is the one that has plenty of scratches and wrinkles, even though it's still a relatively fresh strap. It has plenty of character, and I think this character matches this watch very nicely. So what can I tell you for the ending of this video? You know, I can repeat myself. There are two things that I really like and two things that I find to be a little bit annoying. You know, two things that I really like is the looks of this watch. I think this is beautiful, purposeful design. I really like this green color. I love the dial on this watch, the proportions, the everything. I love the vibe of this watch, you know. It's just cool looking militaristic watch. I like that. And another thing which I like very much, that it's a tough watch, you know, you can't really scratch it. It's not afraid of water, it's not afraid of shaking or dropping down because it's a quartz watch. I love having tough feeling watch on my wrist. Not just tough feeling, it's actually a tough watch. I like that. Now, two things that bother me a little bit is this dome sapphire crystal is a little bit glossy. It's a little bit annoying, to be honest with you. And I wish this watch would have a proper lume. I really miss having a good lume on this watch. But besides that, you know, considering the price point, this is very lovely watch. Very lovely watch. And as you saw, it looks amazing on multiple different straps. And even my wife says that this watch looks cool. So, you know, with this note, let's end this video. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.